Good day, James. How's it going?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. So perhaps just as a quick introduction to James for our listeners today, James is an electrician at one of the largest or leading integrated service providers across Australia and New Zealand. James started his apprenticeship back in 2014, was it, James? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I started an electronics apprenticeship doing marine electrical, and then moved into a normal basic electrical apprenticeship after that.
Okay. So in given that brief background that you've given me, what prompted you to get into the electrical field in the first place?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I mean, I was making golf clubs in a factory, believe it or not, and
cute.
That journey was coming to an end there, and I was looking at job advertisements, and I saw a job advertisement for a marine electrician, and I thought I'd apply, and went and did the interview, and cleaned out the boss's van when I in my interview. So, and he put me on, and yeah, the rest is history, really. I sort of stayed on with him for a year and a half, and after that, he couldn't afford to keep me on anymore, and I moved on into a general electrical apprenticeship. Did a bit of house bashing for a year and a half, and then moved on to smaller commercial jobs, and then sort of moved into the larger tier 1 construction jobs. And then just recently, in the last 2 years, I've started doing industrial / commercial maintenance. And yeah, loving it. So
okay, so it was just just a fate of just luck that you fell into the industry, or did you have anyone from your background, from your family, or who were into the trades?
It's yeah. So my parents were always I haven't had any history in my family at all of having any trade background. Was always told, our family's no good on the tools, we're not built for it, kind of thing. And I sort of didn't really approach it from that, to be honest. And and I just out of luck saw my dad ran a lot of dive boats back in his time, and we had a lot of things to do on the water with our own boat. And I saw marine electrician, and I thought, oh, maybe that might be down my alley a bit, because I can certainly relate to it through my experiences just out on the water myself. And jumped into it, and sort of, here I am, I guess.
That's phenomenal. Well, what is it that you enjoy about this particular trade?
I enjoy it's not exactly like a chippy or a plumber, I guess. It's very vast. There's different fields you can go down. If you don't like, house bashing and doing normal, day-to-day electrical stuff in that field, you can go do construction on a much larger scale. If you don't like that, you can do fire, security, and then you can also jump into the realm of things like David does, and a bit of E&I and industrial sort of stuff there. And even in that realm of things, there's still different industries there, pharmaceuticals, water, oil and gas, all that kind of stuff. It's all very different. So I was sort of intrigued by that, and I sort of just jumped into it and tried bits and pieces here, and I've sort of wound up in the industrial space. I found it a little bit interesting there. So
okay. Yeah. If I could actually ask you, I don't know if you listened to the conversation I had with David, but one of the questions I asked him was, can you think about a day that really, inspired you, or you said, it's a great thing that I'm actually in this particular trade. Is there a day or some work that really stands out that really got your interest?
Yeah. It was actually, believe it or not, in my first year doing marine electrical. We middle of summer, really stonking hot day, and we're on a client's super yacht, installing all new autopilot and GPS systems in it, and the boss said, "Hey, do you want to go commission it?" And I said, "Oh, okay. What's involved?" And he said, "Well, I'll start the engines and throw the ropes for me." And we sort of went out and we're going out the channel, and there's dolphins jumping out of the water, and I was just thinking to myself, this is awesome. Like, if I can do this every day, this would be the dream, I guess. Like, it was nice weather as well. It was just everything you could ask for, really. And yeah, sort of got me hooked from there. And I mean, there's definitely instances in different parts of the industry I've been in, but yeah, that really stands out to me, I guess.
Nate. And what guidance would you give an apprentice that's listening to this podcast?
I would sort of say, don't feel like you can get stuck in the one side of the industry. I certainly thought that, and I've definitely tried multiple avenues, I guess. There's, if you're not happy where you are, or if you're not really enjoying the trade, go try something else, because there's certainly a lot of different parts of the industry you can definitely get into. And and even with employers and stuff as well, prioritize your happiness, make sure you buckle down and learn as much as you can, because it's very daunting getting out of your trade and jumping on the tools yourself. And yeah,
okay,
I would just say, yeah.
And in terms of the platform itself, did you understand how Electrician Exchange works?
No, not overly. No.
Okay, so it's a tech platform bringing RECs or employers in touch with A grades and apprentices without any intermediaries. So it does that through the whoever's looking for work, whether it's permanent, contract, casual, creating the profile through a series of drop-down boxes, including what's the postcode within a 30-kilometer radius that they want to work within, what sort of background have they come from, commercial, domestic, industrial. So it creates a profile. It pinpoints that on a map of Australia, Google map. The employer can look at the Google map, then look at those that are available or unavailable as green or red dots, green being those available, red being those that for the present have said, I've got work. They can then liaise back and forth with them using a chat messaging system. It's totally free for the person looking for work, and it's a cost of a job ad for the employer when all the stars align. So when the chat system allows both parties to come to a commonality, the employer pays the cost of a job ad, so that the individual's contact details can be provided to the employer.
Yep.
So do you feel that, I guess a tech platform like that would be of value to apprentices that perhaps are looking at trialing out different things before they actually really settle into something that they feel that they're going to be happy with for a longer period of time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I went through the whole group training scenario through my apprenticeship, and I think now the way that social media and everything's going, I think having a good online presence in just all aspects, and also being able to chat directly to the people that you're potentially getting hired by, or who might be your supervisor or your future boss. But also, I think it would be quite handy as well, because, like I said, you can chat to the person, and once you finish your apprenticeship, you can have some connections there and potentially go and seek work from them.
All right.
I think it's a great idea.
All right. Thanks, mate. Look, I want to keep this short and sharp. And so I appreciate the time. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop the recording, and I appreciate the time that you've given.
No worries. Thanks a lot.